Welcome to Golf Weekly. I'm your host, Daniel Cort, and with me this week, as always, Chris Tremblay.
Thank you, Daniel. Nice to be back again.
JPGA and Island Golf School. And we've got a new face on our panel this week, Adam Earnhardt.
That's right.
The assistant golf professional at Port Royal Golf Club. Is that right?
Yes, thanks for having me.
Adam, welcome to the show. And as you can see by this wonderful display we have in front of us, we're talking balls. Golf balls, to be exact.
That's right.
Titleist golf balls. That's a personal choice of mine. I've been playing Titleist probably for 10, 12 years. They're Pro V ball. Chris, I don't know what ball.
I use the Pro V1X. I've been using that for as long as I've had it out.
And Chris golfs that ball very well, I might add.
At times.
Adam, I understand that in your Heritage Golf collection, your 4 courses, you guys are featuring exclusively Titleist, is that right?
Yes, that is correct. Palmetto Hall, Port Royal, Shipyard, and Oyster Reef. We do have a partnership with Titleist, and you know it's the best in the business, and so that's kind of why we chose it. And going to talk about a few of their new line that they got out.
That's great. Let's jump in and get right to it. So let's start here in the middle and tell us what we've got here.
Well, the Pro V1 and the Pro V1X, you know, most of the tour players play those. The difference is the Pro V1 is going to have a little more spin around the greens. It's a little higher trajectory. And the Pro V1X is going to be a little more penetrating ball flight.
Right.
And there's less driver and long iron spin with the Pro V1X. That's my personal choice too.
And for the better players, it really comes down to the spin rate for them and what they prefer around the greens in terms of feel. Some prefer a little softer feel, some prefer a little firmer feel with the Pro V1X.
Yeah, the 1X is a little firmer, the Pro V1 is a little softer feel, but you know, on your scoring shots, you want to be comfortable on your scoring shots, you know, around the green, 100 yards in, and then that's kind of how you should choose your golf ball.
Right. Well, speaking of that, you have a new, I think the newest ball on the market now, which is your Velocity. Let's talk about that as opposed to maybe the Pro V.
Right. It's a more modestly priced golf ball. I mean, from top to bottom, I mean, if you're a 5 handicap or a 35, you're going to be able to make use of it. And I know you guys are golfers. Wouldn't you rather have a wedge in than a 7 or 8 iron to some of these par 4? Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
So, I mean, I didn't even believe it myself. The Titleist rep gave me a sleeve, and I probably picked up 8 or 10 yards.
Wow.
So, you know, that's a
full club.
That's a club, yeah.
You bet, you bet.
And so, you know, I tried them, and so I'm a believer, and I don't know if you guys have tried them or not, but...
Well, like you said, Adam, before we actually came on the air, you said that when Titleist was developing that golf ball, they went ahead and really pushed the limits with the USGA and actually ran a little above where they were supposed to, and then backed it down to the good zone, so to speak.
I don't know if you guys remember like the Condor, some of these golf balls that were smaller diameter that
felt like marbles.
Exactly. Yeah. But it's basically that's what they did. They went past the legal limit set forth by the USGA, and then they dialed it back from there to get the maximum, you know, the fastest core on the market right now.
So they pushed all the specs to get this ball on the market.
Exactly.
But I mean, it specs out. It's legal. You could play that ball in a tournament,
absolutely.
Right? Okay.
It's
so for those looking to go ahead and really add distance, the Velocity is their ball.
Undoubtedly.
Well, let's move from distance and feel to color. Wow, I mean, you've got 2 sets of a dozen yellow balls here.
Right.
Let's talk about the yellow ball. You've seen Shrixon really bring that into the market with a big bang. Titleist now is featuring this. Why yellow?
Well, Titleist refers to it as high optic yellow. It's more pleasing to the eye when you're setting up for your shots. I've read some studies, you know, back in the 20s, 30s, tennis balls were white. We know what the color they are now.
Right.
Same with lady softball. They moved from the white ball to the yellow ball.
The yellow ball.
So, I mean, there's something to it, obviously, if it's, you know, it's not even just across balls and manufacturers, but it's across sports, too.
Right.
So, you know, the DT Solo and the NXT Tour S are offered in the high optic yellow.
Is it safe to say that we may see this ball more on tour in the future?
I believe so. I know there's some ladies and some seniors that are using the yellow balls right now. A couple of the PGA guys are, But I'm waiting to see if maybe they're going to come out with a Pro V1 or 1X that's in the yellow ball. That's what I'm waiting to see.
When I got into the studio, that's the first thing I looked at. Do they have a Pro V in the yellow?
Right.
Because I would go right for that. Chris, you had talked a little bit about the yellow ball and some of the advantages to that.
Well, I think, not only is it easier for everybody to see on TV, but, for the player when they're, in motion and they're swinging, I think, it's definitely easier for their eyes to pick up. And, there's no reason why you wouldn't want that to be an added feature. And also we want to go ahead and mention that, like we said before, the Heritage Golf Collection has exclusively Titleist, and they are now 15% off at all 4 of their facilities of Shipyard, Port Royal, Palmetto Hall, and Oyster Reef.
15%.
15%. And with Mother's and Father's Day coming up, and they offer gift wrapping, they look like they could be some pretty nice gifts.
You bet. Now, how long is that special going to last?
It's going to be running at least through the end of April, and beyond that, I'm not really sure. But, like I said, we got Father's Day, Mother's Day around the corner. We offer the gift wrapping. And any of the dozens you see here on the table are 15% off. So just ask one of your pros or one of the guys in the shop, and we can get you set up.
Well, let me tell you, I always loved Christmas morning when I got a little package that looked just about like this, had some wrapping on it,
you could feel,
and I could shake it and tell exactly what it was. That's never a bad gift for a golfer to get a box of Titleist in his stocking or for a gift. That's a great special, by the way. So run out to one of the Heritage Collection golf clubs and get your Titleist for 15% off. Guys, fun segment.
Absolutely.
Always fun talking golf
Enjoyed
balls.
it.
Yeah, Adam.
Hard to play the game without them,
It really makes it easier.
It makes
to
it a
have
lot more
golf
fun
balls.
to have golf balls.
It sure does. Well, guys, it's been fun. Adam, again, thank you for being a guest with us today.
Appreciate it.
Chris is going to stay with me. When we come back, we're going to be with Kevin King, local golf star and local golf personality. Stay with us.